A 46-hour shutdown used to be, about bad brakes or maybe the bald tire. But looking at the 2026 Fleet Compliance Reporting Guide, the whole game it's completely changed. Now you're just as likely to be shut down over bad metadata.
Yeah, it really is wild. The source material for our deep dive this week is so fascinating because it shifts the focus from is the truck safe to can you actually prove the truck is safe right this second?
Exactly. So today we are unpacking these new DOT, FMCSA, and EPA requirements for you. And for the business owners and the safety managers tuning in, our mission today is to decode these rules so you can keep your trucks rolling and, frankly, avoid those fines that just kill your margins.
Right. And the biggest shift here is definitely speed. The guide actually calls it the 2-minute rule.
Which, 2 minutes feels incredibly short.
It is intense. During a roadside inspection, officers are now requesting critical records, stuff like driver credentials or hours of service logs within the first 2 minutes. If your driver is, doom scrolling through 3 different apps or digging for some crumpled printout, the office's patience just evaporates.
Oh, yeah. And once that patience is gone, the scrutiny ramps way up. The guide points out that this speed requirement is really driven by the new digital standard. It's not just about having the file anymore, it's about having legal hold capabilities.
Yeah, and this is exactly where people get tripped up. Legal hold isn't just hitting save on a PDF. It is about immutability. The DOT wants proof that a record hasn't been touched since it was created. You need a system that completely locks the metadata down.
Right, because if you're just dragging PDFs into a folder on your desktop, you can't actually prove that file wasn't modified yesterday, which is an automatic compliance failure. And moving on, we really have to talk about this massive blind spot for interstate fleets. I'm talking about the new CARB trigger in California.
Yes, this is the one that's going to catch so many growth stage fleets totally off guard. Because in the past, you didn't really worry about California rules until you registered a truck there. But the 2026 rules clearly state that CARB requirements apply instantly to any vehicle operating inside the state.
So wait, the moment a driver crosses the state line to drop a load, even if their fleet is based out of Texas, the clock just starts
Immediately. If that truck isn't compliant with California emission standards, you are liable the absolute second it enters the state.
Wow. Okay, let's get tactical here with a quick retention cheat sheet for you. I've pulled the absolute non-negotiables out of the guide. Driver qualification files need to be kept for 3 years post-termination. Hours of service logs are 6 months. And DVIRs, your daily vehicle inspections, are 3 months.
The timelines are pretty standard, but the enforcement mechanisms are brand new.
I definitely noticed that. Reading the section on DVIRs, it talks heavily about a digital thread. It seems like the main issue is that a defect report has to hyperlink directly to the mechanic's sign-off.
Precisely. If you have a driver report saying taillight broken and you have a repair invoice sitting in a totally separate system, an auditor treats that as an open safety issue. If the 2 documents aren't digitally linked, it just looks like you ignored the defect.
Which leads us perfectly into the common pitfalls on the road. The guide flags yard move misuse as a major falsification trap right now.
This happens constantly. Drivers use yard move to creep around a shipper's facility so they don't burn their drive time. But the regulations are very specific. If that facility isn't gated, or if they cross a public street to get to an overflow lot, that counts as driving.
And if they log it as a yard move, that's log falsification, which is a serious offense. To catch things like this, the guide suggests a weekly compliance hygiene routine. Basically, you spend 30 minutes a week reviewing unassigned driving events and verifying log certifications.
Right, and they also suggest a folder hierarchy, something like /compliance 2026/HOS, so records are retrievable in under 90 seconds. But let's be real here. If you have more than 5 trucks, manual managing folder trees is a total recipe for disaster.
Oh, it's totally not scalable. That is exactly why the guide points toward integrated systems like Responsible Fleet GPS. The argument here is you really need a platform where the ELD, the maintenance scheduling, and your document management all talk to each other automatically.
Exactly. If the system automatically links that repair invoice to the DVIR we talked about earlier, you solve that whole digital thread problem without any human intervention.
And the stats really back that up. Using an integrated platform like Responsible Fleet can reduce your audit preparation time by 75%. Plus, it improves your CSA scores, which we all know are essentially your fleet's credit rating with the DOT.
Better scores mean fewer inspections and, honestly, lower insurance premiums too. The guide also mentions AI-powered smart cameras integrating directly with the ELD, so if there's a heartbreaking event, you have video proof instantly attached to the log, protecting you from liability.
So keeping your trucks rolling is about so much more than avoiding fines. It's about bulletproofing your systems. Which brings us to a final thought we want you to mull over today.
Yeah. Think about this. If an inspector stopped one of your drivers right now, this very second, could they produce their last 8 days of logs and proof of their last repair in under 2 minutes? If the answer is no, it's definitely time to upgrade your system.